What's up, Sparkman family? It's your boy Sparkman. Today we're discussing whether or not cards are affordable in this game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Staple cards, that is. And honestly, yeah, probably a click off right after I answer the question, but I'm going to answer it right off the bat. It is more affordable. Yeah, of course it is. We just came out with a rarity collection with all those staple cards. Yeah, it's more affordable. Yeah, it's awesome. What I will say, back in the day when I was playing the game, when I was young, 13 years old, right? It was very hard to get cards you needed, staple cards or just cards in general. So making a deck was really, really tough. But you have the capability of being online now to get the affordable cards here in this set, or any set that is. You have multiple sites, TCG Player, you have eBay, you have all these other amazing sites that just allow you to actually get stuff, right? To get things you need for your deck, Gamer's Choice to name a few, right? So there are sites that are available to you that wasn't available to me back then in the day. Now, I'm not aging myself, but to tell you the truth, that just wasn't available back then. We'd had to go to locals, and locals were pretty much, not to say that they were not nice in terms of pricing wise, but they were not nice. And it's the truth. It's the truth. Now, again, look at this, Power Prosperity, right? For example, this was like a $30 plus card. Now this is much more affordable. It's $5 below now to get a Power Prosperity, which is super appealing, super nice, super welcoming for those that have left the game because it got too expensive, those are entering the game, or those that are returning, those that are still playing. It is very nice to see this, especially those that can't afford the cards that they need to make their deck. So it is really, really nice to see. A lot of times the disparity is always, I got all the cards I need to, the archetype cards I need for the deck, but I don't have the staple cards because the staple cards are just way too expensive. Now that's not the case anymore. The staple cards are now affordable and you can make the deck. Now the only thing it's probably going to be worrying about is just the archetype for the cards that to make the deck, right? So that's the only thing. And a lot of times now, even meta decks are actually more affordable than they were back in the day as well. So that's really nice and appealing to see as well. So you're getting to actually make your deck for a good price for the most part. Most meta decks these days, they aren't that costly, and if they are, I mean, most you're probably spending these days are probably like $300 for a really good meta deck. And if that, sometimes you get good deals around the area, good deals with your friends if they have the cards. So it's always nice, right? You having a good friend group, always having a nice locals near you, having online sites, so you have multiple areas to get cards and ways of affording them. Now, for those that say the game is expensive, the game can't afford things, the staple cards are still expensive, that can't be true. That shit means you want cards for free, and that means you just gotta get off your ass, to be honest, and go get a job and work and get the cards you need. Because for the most part, I will say the game is much more affordable than it was back in the day. So I can't agree with that statement. So just go work, get the cards you need, and you'll be happy. I'm sure you will be. Little work didn't hurt nobody, right? So that's the thing. Now, what are some of these cards that are affordable? Well, I'll show you, right? Of course, the Rarity Collection, there was it's like a 5 reprint set in a way, right? So it's really nice to see that. Power Prosperity, Evenly Match, Call by the Grave, Lightning Storm, Forbidden Droplet, Ash Blossom, Infinite Impermanence, Effect Veiler, Nibiru, Dark Ruler No More, Dimensional Barrier, Harpy's Feather Duster, Spellbound, and now take a second, Spellbound is going up, so keep in mind that this only has one reprint from the tins, that is, and this is one of those cards. This is one of those cards that is ticking up there in value, so keep that in mind. If you're trying to wait on this card, I would pick it up sooner rather than later. Pop Desires, Pop Duality, Ghost Spell. Now, Cross-Eyed Designator, those that are complaining about this card, listen, this card was $100 plus when it first was introduced back in 2021 when those tins came out. And listen, at $10 and a few months ago when this was like $4 or $5, I don't want to hear the complaints. This card's much more affordable than what it was. So it's definitely a much more appealing price point, and many times people don't run this in their main deck, they run in their side deck. But even at that, if they do run in their main deck, at $30 for 3 Cross-Eyed Designators, that's not bad to what it was when people were paying like $300, close to $300 for a Cross-Eyed Designator when it first was arrived in the scene. And now just to talk about Power Prosperity real quick, because I know a lot of people are asking for this to be banned in the new ban list. But what I don't understand is that this card is used in all decks, right? Every deck. It's not used in just one deck. It's used in pretty much all decks, so it's an even playing field. So one thing I never understand is if a card can be used in any deck and it's an even playing field, it shouldn't be banned because both players are getting benefits out of it. It's not just that one player, right? So for example, sometimes there are cards that are just meant for one deck and you can't use it in other decks and it's way overpowering and you can't get over it. That's different. That card definitely should be banned. That's a different scenario, right? But if a card is being used in every single deck like Power Prosperity, there's no reason for it to be banned. If you want to limit it, sure, but banned, that's a little over excessive in my opinion. So that's just, I think I should be said. And that's why I think people are frightened to buy this, but it really shouldn't be frightened either. I mean, it's pretty much affordable for the most part. You're gonna lose what, $15 if you bought 3 of these? It's not bad. I mean, like that's pretty good. You're not really losing that much, especially for a card that's really good. So again, the game is really fun to get into nowadays because of it being affordable. So I definitely recommend it. If you're new to the game, you're probably going to enjoy the scenario of paying for a meta deck that is affordable. You never got to worry about the stable cards being way too over excessive in price. You're not there no more, where we're living in back in 3-4 years ago where the cards are just way too expensive. Even a year ago these cards were really expensive. Now this is not that scenario anymore, and that's nice to see. I'll give Konami where credit's due. That's nice because people are leaving the game because it got expensive or uninterested. At least this will probably hopefully bring some players back into the game as well, and some new players that is as well. And I'm very excited to see where Konami goes from here. Again, the scene has been kind of crazy in terms of market wise, and people have been complaining in terms of that. But keep in mind as well, everybody, that though months ago I even said the game seemed like to be in a very bad point, it does seem like things are going in the right direction since Rarity Collection, in my opinion. It seems like they have really strained out the line, and the sets seem to be fixing themselves on their own, and the game is, in my opinion, in a really good spot right now. So really excited to see where we go from here. And again, the game is affordable. I can say that myself because I'm actually buying cards now and making decks, and they do seem to be more affordable in my opinion. So from yours truly, Sparkman, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please subscribe, like, comment, and I would love to hear your what you have to say in the comment section down below. And catch you in the next one. Peace out, YouTube.
I give my all, hey, just to save you, I give all of me.